It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at Trey Lance.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And here we go from L.A. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
As a QB in this league, if you're going to finish a game with no touchdowns on that side of the stat sheet, well, you better finish it with no interceptions as well. Even if last week was an uneventful contest for him throwing the football, he did what he needed to do to help them come away with the most important stat, the win.
A good defensive play breaks that one up. And it sets up second down. Throwing again is Baker. That one's complete right side. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Baker now from the gun. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. That's 16 on the pickup. And it brings up an L.A. first down.
You know what I like about that kick? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Oh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Second and 3 now. From the 24. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice gain. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. This throw is caught. And a nice gain here, but it's stopped short of the first. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down. Third and short, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that picks up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Motioning the tight end now. From the gun, Mayfield. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. They'll try again from the 4. It's 2nd and goal. Baker throwing again. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, L.A. The Rams finish up an excellent opening series. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Well, he couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
That one right down the middle. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Kickoff taken at the 3. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And it's their 5th-year quarterback leading the charge.
Their loss last week, it really isn't on him. He had a great game. He checked off a lot of the boxes they had for him in the game plan going in, especially the one at the top, Kate, getting him to the end zone. 3 touchdowns, just 1 interception. He does that again here. They should be winners.
First down of the game for James Cook. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Now, I think they're going to have to stop things here. Yep, and they just did. One of the Rams is hurt, is going to need some help out there. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Normally, when we say somebody's on skates, we're talking about that offensive lineman, right, driven right back to the quarterback. But I think it's applicable for the entire offense to be on skates. 2 plays, 2 negative plays. Got to find something positive here on 3rd down.
No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they're starting 4th and long. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Rams will take possession. The Rams and Najee Harris making their return to the field. And they've been able to lean on him in the early goings of this NFL season. He's in the top 5 in the NFL in rushing. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Gets this one to Harris. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 48. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Pressure coming. Baker. Short pass brought in. And he gets him around 6 there. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump. And, well, they got one of them to move that time. Running it after the penalty. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mayfield now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this one does not go far. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They send the tight end in motion. Here we go. It's Mayfield. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Mayfield set to pass. Taken in by Harris. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
Mayfield now on third and goal. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Well, hold on a second. We've got a Raven hurting pretty good out there. They're going to head out to look at him. On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. It's a 34-yarder from that right hash. The kick by McLaughlin is good. And this one is center chains. Couldn't have hit that much better.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. They go play action on first. Completed here to Pickens. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Now it's Lance. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing now off play action. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
Man in motion out of the slot. Now the shotgun give to Cook. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Another one for Cook. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Joshua Williams has it. And the Rams will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
The best defenses, you go look at it through the decades, are built from the inside out. And that's not just stopping the run on the inside out. That's playing your coverage from the inside out. That time, beautiful job by the defense of taking away the middle of the field, getting that interception, and setting their offense up for success.
The Rams returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. First down, here's Baker. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now it looks like one of the Ravens is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Baker now from the gun. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run can be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing. But it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything, and this defense just proved he couldn't.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Ravens will go on offense. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. They motion the tight end over. Throwing his lands. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 33 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
1st down from the red zone. Has it in close. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens cut it to a field goal game. Ball set up and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Fails. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Another try following the sack. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Ravens bring an extra DB out there. Third down coming up. Now here's Mayfield. He's got Harris. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Ravens and Ricky Pearsall headed back out on offense. So no return on that punt. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Cook trying this one up the gut. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Throwing now from the gun. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. 2nd and 3 now. Man in motion here. 2nd and 3. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave them with a 4th and 2.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. The Rams and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. They'll start with a give to Harris. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Rams with a long ways to go for a score. 2nd and 8. Gets this one to Harris. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Brought down by Javon Hargrave. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. Has him on the quick hitter. And this almost ended worse, but it gets a yard out of it. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Baker throwing again. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Mayfield to throw again. Caught by Freiermuth. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jordan Poyer up from the secondary to make that stop. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the 47. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Pass is caught. That's Tim Patrick. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Mayfield now from the gun. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's now 3rd down.
So we've reached halftime. Only a field goal game so far. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up in the Still City, Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, where it was the visiting Browns who were able to steal one on the road. Breece Hall, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. Jamar Chase, a touchdown reception. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown catch in the victory. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He connected on a touchdown pass in that first half, and that's a big part of why his guys lead
McLaughlin has it
at
on the
break.
team, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Here comes the Baltimore offense to begin quarter number 3. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
This ball's caught by Pickens. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Lance. He's got Andrews. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
We didn't try fighting for more and risking a fumble in that situation. Just make sure you get what you need and then go protect yourself. That's exactly what the QB did.
Andrews with the catch. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They send a tight end in motion. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. This set it down starts with an option right. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. So we'll pause for an injured player, and yeah, it's as we feared. Man, you hope this is nothing. That's Trey Lance who's being looked at down there. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Cook. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
First throw for the backup now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate, it just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack.
Staring at 4th down, the Ravens will go with Justin Tucker to try for 3. This is going to be a 46-yarder. Tucker's kick is up and good. And that will tie things up in the 3rd.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's a return from the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Tight end motioning right. 1st down, here's Baker. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 2nd and 3 now. Harris gets it on the counter. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this 2nd half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
That punt goes 63 yards. And they're going to be backed up deep in their own territory to begin this one. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pistol now for Jones. He puts some power on a deep one. They connect on the deep shot. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Now run by Cook. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by J.C. Horn. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Again, it's Cook. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Sent down by Cody Barton. So now here's 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Able to get it to Moore. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Play fake, Jones. That's into the hands of Moore. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 3rd quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out come the Rams on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Finds him on the slant. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Baker now from the gun. Fryermuth there to bring it in. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the Ravens' 46-yard line.
Running behind center with Harris. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd down, Mayfield to pass. Finds him over the middle. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
3rd down and 9.
From the gun, Mayfield. Completed over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Rams football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Mayfield to throw again. Gets this one to Harris. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Third down, here's Mayfield. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 14-yard line.
Now an inside handoff to Harris. And they'll stop him after a short gain to the 13. They manage a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Rams now trail by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. McLaughlin has it on the team, and he's ready to send this flying. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the old lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
Finds his back complete. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Mayfield now from the gun. Caught by Freiermuth. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They gain 14 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Well, things weren't about to end after the first hit or the second. This tight end had a vision for what he wanted to happen after the catch, and he was going to take on all comers to try to make it a reality.
Ball on the 45, first and 10. Here's Baker to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again is Baker. He's got Harris. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
With that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and 10 give to Harris. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Harris once more. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. So hold on one moment. We did have a player injured on the last play, and that's Najee Harris. In some discomfort out there. Not good. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Up the middle, here goes White. And they take him down right along the 30. And that goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
Hits him on the out route. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Running on 2nd with White. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they've made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Back to throw it. Pass taken in by Freiermuth. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
He got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing him. Looking to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs be critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
Well, I'll tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Ravens trotting out their offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Looking to throw Lance. This ball's caught by Pickens. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Ravens down by only 3. 1st and 10 from the 41. The tight end going in motion right. Back to throw. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
Well, that's one he chalked up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He'll look to throw it. Finds him on the crossing route. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Now to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This one's to Andrews outright. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Here he is to throw. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They've got a man in motion. Play action on 1st down. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. 1st down, here's Baker. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Awareness. Awareness is so critical of where those defenders are down the field to find that open receiver. But it's just as important, Kate, in the pocket. Having awareness of what's going on around you, the QB didn't. And the defense registers a sack.
Trying to find his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here he is to throw. Escapes the pocket. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. Now a timeout, and there may be time for 2 plays here, Brock, but a quick short one does them no good. They got to go for broke here. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory.